Moving back to Norse mythology again, let's talk about the Nidhogg, or Nidhoggur. It's hard to work out how I'm supposed to pronounce that. Which he was a creature, a sort of serpent/dragon-like type creature, who that's the weird thing about Norse mythology. It partially talks about what's going to happen. Who is gnawing away at one of the roots of the Yggdrasil, which is the world tree, and holds up all the realms, like Earth, which was Midgard, and all the others which I can't remember, Valhalla, and so on. But this particular root held up the realm of the dead, which was ruled by Hel, ruled by a goddess called Hel, that's H-E-L, which I'm assuming is where the word hell came from. And this creature eventually will gnaw through it, and Hel will be able to let forth her minions and stuff, and then will begin the stuff, the Ragnarok and all that, the final battle where all the gods die, and yet they don't die, and some don't, and Loki dies, and Loki's kids die, and Thor dies, and loads of other people die. Pretty much everyone dies, pretty much. Norse mythology was not the nicest of mythologies, I have to say. And now we're moving on to biblical dragons. I'm rather anti-Christianity. I'm fine with Christians, they're lovely blokes. I just don't like Christianity in general. I think this is not a rant about Christianity. But yeah, when Christianity was created, it took a lot of things from pagan religions, the old religions, and made them bad, because we didn't want to be pagan anymore. We wanted to be monotheistic. We wanted to be Christian. So it was an attempt to try and stamp out all the stuff that people had used to be doing, which is why in the book of Book of Revelation, they talk, hang on if I can find the quote. Here they talk about a dragon here. Revelation 12:3. Another mysterious sight appeared in the sky. There was a huge red dragon with 7 heads and 10 horns and a crown on each of his heads. And with the tail he dragged a third of the stars. They like thirds in Revelations for some reason. A third of the stars out of the sky and threw them down to the earth. He stood in front of the woman in order to eat her child as soon as it was born, and then she gave birth to a son who will rule over all nations with an iron rod. But this child was snatched away and taken to God and his throne, and blah blah blah, and war broke out in heaven, and the huge dragon was thrown out, that ancient serpent called the devil or Satan that deceived the whole world. Yeah, the Satan often takes the form of a dragon or a snake. For example, the serpent in the story of Adam and Eve was Lucifer, as I recall. I think it was, I'm not sure. Or Satan, or the devil. At this point in time, they're pretty much interchangeable. Oh, and in the Old Testament, Moses mentions fiery serpents, and Isaiah speaks of high-flying, fire-breathing creatures which resemble dragons. Just in passing. But yeah, that's dragons, dragons. They're awesome. I would go so far to say that dragons would be epic if they were alive today. I mean, imagine a dragon appears in front of you. Would you not consider that the tiniest bit epic? I know I would. Anyway, that's enough about dragons. I will see you next time when we'll be talking about more random and interesting things. Channel321 signing out. Just a quick note, thank you to John and Caitlin Matthews for writing the book The Element Encyclopedia of Magical Creatures. This was very useful when finding out stuff about dragons. John and Caitlin Matthews are two of the most well-respected experts in the area of mythology and folklore. They have collaborated on various things to do with mythology, and they live in Oxford with their son, who is called Emrys, which is the old name for Merlin, and their 3 cats. I think that's fantastic. They have a son called Emrys. Who would name the son? Well, they would, obviously. Bye. You know what they say? Curiosity killed the Roman Philosophica. Philosophica. The esophagus. No.